Foolio killers was sentenced to life in prison yesterday. And there was a few moments that went viral that I will break down later on in the video. But Charleston White, he reacted to this situation. And he said Foolio would have been arrested and sentenced to life in prison. He would never have the response that his killers had yesterday in that courtroom. Make sure y'all watch the full video, smash that like button, and subscribe to the channel. It's your boy Music 101, the Street Reporter, and I'm back with another video. Let's get into it.
Say, listen, I done got mad at the Foolio. I don't believe if Julio would have killed one of them, when Julio got life, he wouldn't have been acting like this. Man, I hate for a nigga to be bad all his goddamn life. A killer, a gangster, a bad disrespected mama, beat up his girl, cross his homeboy, face the police, and then when he get in the courtroom in front of a judge, he go put him a suit on, and now the boy got sentenced. Now this one talking about, man, I couldn't buy cigarettes, I couldn't rent a car, I couldn't buy liquor. All you wanted to do was buy liquor, a Don Julio bottle. All the reason you wanted to rent a car is to go down there and that boy. You couldn't get a hotel. Guess what? You got your mama's car. The law ain't wrong for punishing your. Listen, they normally used to get him to health. Now you got life without parole. You don't deserve to be out here. You're going to go through all kind of phases. But what I hate the most is to kill somebody, and soon as he gets sentenced, it ain't been 2 years you done this. All of a sudden now you got sense, and you can think straight, and now it ain't worth it. It is worth it. Yeah. Listen, I hope you don't ever get out of jail. Yeah. Oh, man, listen, you don't feel bad about what you done. It's impossible to feel bad this early. This is like going through the stages of grief. You nigga can't believe this shit didn't happen. I do. We watched you do it. You know which one of the favorite? There's me. That Marcus boy. That clap. That's the nigga I thought every nigga liked when they went in front of that white man. Yeah. I thought, that's the. I'm gonna put money on that boy books for about a month. Yeah, I'm gonna do it one time. I ain't gonna lie like I'm gonna keep it. But yeah, I'm gonna send them, and I ain't getting him no reward. If you live the kind of life them trying to live, and them been sentenced to, make it honorable in your mind. But family, so he can hold his head up, he can smile, and he can go lay in the mother and think about, I got that back for my granny. The mother nigga was part of the get along game. They were just going along to get along. They wasn't really them kind of kids. I was that kind of kid. Nigga. I was just going along to get along, acting like I was wild in them. And then, boy, when I had to go along, now I got to play wild now. Cause I'm in here with these wild mother. I'm just playing it for her, man. God damn, I was just playing, man. Now I'm in here with these wild. So now I got to play like I'm wild again. Hoping I can make it out this shit. Yeah. Yeah, so I threw my hands up and said, I quit. I'm playing. That's why I said, I think everybody playing. This nigga, they done hunted this man down, borrowed his mama car, drove 7 hours, stalked and tracked his location like a hunter with precision. But real kid come out. When shit get real, the real kid, the real come out. That's why most hell. I talked to Sean's mother, the little bright skinned kid. That mama like me, loving, strong mama. Well-to-do kid. He gonna be a hell of a preacher in about 10 years. Yeah, he gonna be here. He gonna be for 10 years. Yeah. I ain't gonna say too much about it. I was finna mash in. But yeah, once you talk to a nigga, and she a respectable lady, it's kind of hard to, mash in on. Yeah, very respectable lady. Who is your Foolio mama? She was with the, that's why she got shot. Yeah, she was, but I'm with the judge. You don't deserve to be, you need something, yeah. Yeah, I'm with the judge on that. But them not playing sympathy and empathy. It's too early now. Yeah, it's too early. Just like when mama whoop you. And when them licks hitting your ass, you say, Mama, I'm sorry. Mama, I ain't gonna do it no more. You gonna do it again. We all do.
Sean Gathright gave a speech before sentencing, quoting Bible scriptures and explained how his brain wasn't fully matured at the time of the murder. He wasn't even old enough to buy alcohol or rent a car, but he said he was old enough to be sentenced to life in prison.
We don't know what we have until it's gone. And it often happens after we go through our own eye-opening experience. Never in history has there been a time like now, where there's so much available and so easy to consume, but we still demand more, and it is clearly seen in my generation. Young men and women want to grow up faster, to try to keep up with the influencers that are idolized, and this is in part due to us being so susceptible. A study done by the National Institute of Mental Health provided evidence showing that the brain doesn't reach full maturity until 26 to 27 years old for men, about 8 or 9 years older than my time during the offense. But society knows this, and that's why laws set age requirements on certain activities, amenities, and substances as a way to protect adolescent adults. Yet those same laws don't extend to an adolescent adult when they are charged with crimes and allows them to be prosecuted to the fullest extent, regardless of their age. Your Honor, it is heartbreaking that an 18-year-old can't rent a car or a hotel or buy a home, but can be sentenced to death or life in prison without the possibility of parole. They can't purchase alcohol or tobacco, but can be sentenced to death or life in prison without the possibility of parole. They can't work certain jobs or even go on a cruise without a chaperone, but can be sentenced to death without life or life without prison, in prison without possibility of parole. And I'm a prime example of these circumstances. At 18 years old, with no prior convictions, I was charged, indicted, and had to face the death penalty. My point is, society views anyone under the age of 21 as not being mentally mature enough to participate or partake in these activities, amenities, and substances because certain substances listed can negatively impact or stunt the growth of a developing brain, while other activities and amenities have restrictions due to the lack of impulse and behavioral control or lack of situational awareness at times with teens. It is very simple to understand that our brains have not developed enough, that we live in a society where someone under the age of 21 can be sentenced to death or life in prison without parole. We leave no room for growth, rehabilitation, or redemption. We don't account for the fact that they weren't a fully developed adult and their judgment and decision-making abilities weren't developed either. I believe it is cruel for someone under the age of 21 to be sentenced to life without parole or death before they're even old enough to be fully emancipated or to fully comprehend what consequences their actions carry.
No, you're not. Yeah, no, you're not.
I say all this because I want to see change. Change for those whose fates were sealed long before they were born. Change for the prodigal sons and daughters who ventured off too far in the world and got lost. Change for those who haven't reached full maturity or unlocked their full potential as adults. Change for the ones who never had the option to go around, over, or underneath, but straight through their obstacles. In spite of my current circumstances, I still trust in all those biblical promises. And I believe that I am exactly where God planned for me to be, a plan He created long before I was born. It is also my belief that this chapter of my life will propel me to a much greater purpose than what we see here today, because my journey has just begun. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Gathright.
Davion Murphy didn't want to speak, but Isaac Chance did. And he wanted to know how his baby mama Alicia Andrews got 15 years, but he gets life. And they basically played the same role.
So Judge Cisco, unlike the rest of my co-defendants here, they all are charged with being the alleged shooters and have the same verdicts. However, me on the other hand, the one who was charged with me for playing the same alleged role as I, gets found not guilty for what I am charged with. Alicia case didn't contradict the alleged shooters versus the state case. I don't even think it's possible it could have. However, it contradicts mine being the only principal here, because both of our jury's decisions contradict each other. The only nuance is I went to trial with 3 other people who have the same verdict as I, and she didn't. Alicia get found not guilty for my current charge. It wasn't a coincidence. Basically what I'm saying is Alicia, in the state alleged that we played, that's getting into like the facts of like the case.
Well, that's okay. If I'm hearing you correctly, you are taking issue with the fact that I don't know if she's your current or former girlfriend, but she went to trial. She was convicted of a manslaughter and got 15 years, and now you're here facing life. And that I would assume that seems unjust to you. Is that correct?
That's highly unjust. I seen Susie Lopez on the news this morning, and she was saying that justice has been served. Absolutely, if you see it from that perspective. But everything that's a perspective is based off perception. So if you say that's justice, okay, but when you look at, if you put me and Alicia up on like side by side, that's unjust. Like, it's injustice. Like, it doesn't make sense. Like, it's contrary to my verdict. Like, her jury made their decision. Our jury made their decision, but it contradicts like both of our verdicts. The only difference is like I went to trial with my co-defendants and she went to trial by herself. So I feel like personally I got guilt more so by association than like participation. That's all I really wanted to say. Judge, sorry, because this is way more harder than I anticipated. But that's all. Thank you.
Sure. Sure. And you probably know when Miss Andrews went to trial, she basically pinned it all on you.
Absolutely. Yeah, I know. When as I sit with my lawyer, like he's very he's probably shivering over there because he don't know what I say out my mouth.
Right. He's very concerned.
Yeah, definitely. A lot of people don't know, but before you go to trial, you try to be optimistic, but everything is done strategically. So how the lawyers optimize what they're gonna say or what they're gonna do, they do it with the client. I'm not saying what she's saying was wrong or not wrong, or what he wanted her to say, or what she said, But that's all though. I want to say something to like Jacksonville though too. So to my city, man, it ain't worth it, boy. Like, it ain't worth it. Like, me being a rapper from my city and Foolio being a rapper from our city, it ain't worth it. Like, my mouth getting dry, sorry. Like, the dissing, the beefing, the shooting, like, for what? Like, for what? Like, when you sitting in your cell alone, cold, it's lonely as hell in that bed. Everybody leave you. Like, nobody here for you. Like, the ones that's your ride or die, your girlfriends, whoever you love, the only person there for you is your mother. And maybe like one friend, maybe. But it ain't worth it though, bro. It ain't worth it. I was 21 years old facing the death penalty. I never ever, my only interactions with law enforcement was traffic tickets. Wake up next morning, I'm facing the death penalty. That's how quick life can change. It ain't worth it, bro. That's all though. And sorry if I was nervous. Sorry.
No, it's okay, Mr. Chance. And thank you for saying that.
Yes, ma'am.
You heard what Isaac Chance said? All that beefing, killing, going to jail, it ain't worth it. You make one mistake, he went from getting tickets to the next morning, waking up, facing the death penalty. Hey, listen, man, change your life before it's too late. Now, Davion Murphy said he didn't want to make a statement, but he changed his mind and decided to. Check it out.
I was saying, yeah, it look different from up here. To God be the glory all the time, and he'll forever have the last say so in our situation. As I said in my interrogation interview, I'll be judged for it and I'll forever retain my innocence. And I just want to say to the Gen Z generation, change your life and do something productive with your life. Because in this predicament, it ain't worth it. And like it was said before, this is not my first rodeo down this road, so it's looking like forever, but I forever keep a positive mind state and a positive mindset, but to God be the glory forever. And that's it.
Thank you, Ms. Murphy.
Before the judge gave them life without parole, she basically gave her opinion of what she thought about the trial. And she said, although Foolio didn't deserve to be killed, what he was doing, going to people's grave sites and the stuff he was rapping about, she said he basically had it coming. And after she said that, Davion Murphy started clapping. Check it out, get in the comments and tell me what you think about this whole situation. Like, comment, subscribe, turn on all post notifications. It's free. Do it for me.
And, you know, Mr. Jones did not deserve to die for what he did or the drill rap videos he made. But goodness gracious, going and desecrating the gravesite of a murdered relative is, you don't deserve to be killed for that, but you just increased your odds that it was going to happen. And that's the truth. That is the truth. So I'm not at all, again, stating that he deserved it, but it's just shocking. It's shocking to me. And I do have great sympathy for the defendants. You all, for the most part, are young men. And some of you have children. And now, for what? For what? Now, you're looking at life in prison. And what was it for? And I really appreciate Mr. Gathright and Mr. Chance really speaking to your community. Like, these decisions that are made can have unalterable changes that you can't come back from. There's no coming back from them. You either end up dead or incarcerated for life. And I feel like, you know, you gentlemen had much more to offer this world. You did, and you do. And so, in particular, you know, Mr. Rashad Murphy and Davion Murphy, listen, there's no question you guys had a difficult childhood. There is no question. The hand that you were dealt from Jump Street was not the best. There is no question about that. Again, it's not an excuse, but I do acknowledge it. Mr. Chance and Mr. Gathright, you all, unlike the Murphys, you all did have positive role models in your life. Mr. Chance, you had a dad that testified and appeared to be a good role model, and a stepfather that cared about you. And Mr. Gathright, you, as you acknowledged, you had so many opportunities that most people don't have. I mean, you started off, the hand that you were dealt, the cards that you were dealt were pretty good. They were pretty darn good. Better than the average person. So it's particularly hard. I am heartbroken for you. I'm heartbroken for your family members. I'm heartbroken for your children. I am. So I do have great sympathy. But you have been convicted, and it was a horrible crime that was committed, and there is a price to be paid, and there's just no way around that. All right. So, Mr. Chance, I'm going to start first. I'm going to adjudicate you guilty. Count 1, sentence you to mandatory life without the possibility of parole. Count 2, I will adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to life to run concurrent with count 1. Mr. Gathright. On count 1, I will adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to life without the possibility of parole. You also have a 20-year minimum mandatory sentence. On count 2, the conspiracy, I will sentence you to 30 years in prison to run concurrent. Count 3, attempted murder in the second degree, I will sentence you to 30 years Florida State Prison with a 20-year minimum mandatory sentence, again to run concurrent with all other counts. On count 4, attempted murder in the second degree, adjudicates you guilty and sentence you to 30 years prison with a 20-year minimum mandatory sentence, again to run concurrent with all other counts. Count 5 adjudicates you guilty, sentence you to 30 years Florida State Prison with a 20-year minimum mandatory sentence, again to run concurrent with all other counts. And on count 6, adjudicates you guilty, sentence you to 5 years Florida State Prison, again to run concurrent. And again, for you and Mr. Chance, giving you credit for all time served. As to Davion Murphy, Mr. Davion Murphy, I will adjudicate you guilty of first-degree premeditated murder, sentence you to life in prison without the possibility of parole, and you will have a 20-year minimum mandatory sentence as part of the life sentence. Count 2 on the conspiracy, adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to life to run concurrent. On the attempted murders, counts 3, 4, and 5, I will adjudicate you guilty of each of those, sentence you to life in prison with a 20-year minimum mandatory sentence on each, again to run concurrent with all of the other counts, and again giving you credit for all time served. And finally, Mr. Rashad Murphy, I will adjudicate you guilty of murder in the first degree, sentence you to life in prison without the possibility of parole, and you will also receive a 20-year minimum mandatory sentence. On count 2, conspiracy, adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to life in prison to run concurrent with count 1. On counts 3, 4, and 5, I will adjudicate you guilty on each of those, sentence you to life in prison. Each of those carries a 20-year minimum mandatory, again to run concurrent with all other counts, and giving you credit for all time served.
Charleston White, Brick Baby, again, loose cannon comes to the ultimate
If I step, I'm the leader of this 8 shit.